You look so fat. That's not my stomach. That's a pillow, you idiot. It is, like, I thought that was my stomach for a second, though. I was like, oh my goodness. Are you on an anti-psychotic? No, I kind of don't want to get diabetes. That's one of the side effects, is you gain like 100 pounds. No thanks. I think I'll just deal with the positive symptoms. Isn't that funny? It's like they want to get rid of the positive symptoms. They get rid of the positive symptoms of everything. So if you take any kind of medication, it's going to limit your ability to deal with things in a natural way. I don't understand why people would choose this, but I do understand that society pressures them quite a bit. So don't think I don't get that. I like the other one better. No. Do it the other way. Do it in reverse. Yep. Way better. Yeah, that's sexy. These chords make me wanna fuck. If I still fucked, I would fuck to these chords. But I'd rather play music, I'd rather make art than do anything. That slightly resembles the stuff that the sheep do. They procreate because they think they have to. You should procreate because the one that you are with, you wanna multiply. I don't think that there is anybody on this earth that I'd love enough. I want another version, a little miniature version of that person along with me. And I don't think that people really think about that stuff when they engage in sexual intercourse, no doubt. Right there. Look at her. Don't cats look like aliens? Look at me again. Hey. Eye boogies. Eye boogies are the worst. You can pick your eye boogies. But you can't pick your nose boogies? That's ridiculous. I pick my nose boogies all the time. I have a hole in my nose because I do it so much. Back to the sexy chords. So for those of you that are wondering, why doesn't she want to be with anyone? Well, I've done that. You know, like I've been thinking a lot about my past. I've been thinking a lot about things that I've done when I was trying to be like everyone and failed miserably. Should've never gone to university, but I tried to tell my parents that, tried to tell them that it was all a Ponzi scheme, but they never listened to me. Nobody. we wouldn't be in this place where everybody's so afraid of being replaced or being erased. Are you really? Are you really? Is that why you stare at that phone so frequently? Because you're so afraid of being replaced. You're so afraid of being erased. You already are. You already are. And I'd say that the AI has far more creativity by far. So why wouldn't they wipe us out? No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Meow. She agreed with me. That was my cat agreeing with me. She said, yes, the AI is coming, baby. I think that's part psychop, part truth. But if they didn't gaslight, they wouldn't be able to get away with anything. People don't know what gaslighting is. They don't know what borderline personality is. Oh, that is fucking sexy. Oh, sorry, I get a little wet over that black key. Sorry, that was a joke, okay? You see, I'm still, like, dirty or whatever the fuck. And I kind of hate that about, like, female comics. But, like, I'm just like that because I work at a restaurant. I'm not like that to try to, like, appeal to, anybody. But I know that that's kind of a cheap way to do it because that's the way the culture is now. But, female comics, it's such a trope, especially with Amy Schumer. I actually think Amy Schumer is not as bad as people make her out to be. But she definitely made that whole thing, like, popular. Just women talking about their pussy. So many of them do it. But that black key, though, it turns me on, turns me on, it turns me on more than you think that you'll ever turn me on. See, I gloat about this because I have no choice. Every time I go to the grocery store, I hear the voice inside of me, inside of me, inside of me, inside of me. Hey, hey, hey. It's an instinct thing, it's an instinct thing, and when you trust it, you can be your best friend. But most people don't have that. I feel sorry for them. Sorry, I know I'm being stupid right now. Most people don't know how to be this comfortable. I got that from what's his face. What's his name? Bradley Noel. Sublime. Lead singer of Sublime that, like, overdosed on heroin. Supposedly. I'm sure he did. He seemed like he would, yeah. He did a fuck ton of drugs. But, that one song that he did about, like, robbing a fuck ton of people or something. April 21st, 1992. Is that the name of the song? It's probably another date, but... It's a song about anarchy. like to think that I could make something that could be inspiring for the right thing. If I could do anything positive, it would be to get you to talk to him. That's all I want to do. Just talk to him. He's right there. He's always there. Even if you don't believe, pretend you do. You pretend that that antidepressant works, so why can't you lie about something else? And eventually you'll realize that I wasn't lying. And you'll no longer feel that you're lying to yourself. But I do think that it's very peculiar, my experience, especially here in America. Ha 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 ha. Because everybody is on the same track. But I've had at least 10 trains derail. All the times that I fail, but they brought me back, yeah, 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 they brought me back. So I'm really lucky, I'm really lucky, I'm really lucky for all the things that I did to make me a nobody when I was trying to be a somebody. Turns out already was. Just took me a while to realize what all this buzz was really about. It's true. There's a lot going on up here, but I think I understand the reason for it now. I do. I understand that every terrible thing can be wonderful if you approach it from the right angle and you learn all the details of it, why did this happen, and don't just examine your aspect of it, don't just examine your behavior, examine everything as a whole, and then just think about the timing of it. There's just so much that people can figure out if they just ask themselves questions, but they don't. So they rely on a doctor, they rely on a therapist, they rely on some fucking self-help book or some shit. Like I've said before, the Bible is the only self-help book. So Eckhart Tolle ain't got shit on Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Okay, Eckhart Tolle ain't got shit on Paul. Fuck I can't even say his name. Fuck him. Fuck him. You can't even say his name. So, Eckhart. Eckhart. What a faggot. I love that word, by the way. That's why I'm saying it. I just really like the word. It's just a funny word, that's all. So many people make a big deal about words. The only reason I use certain words and other words is because I like them. It's certain words, I don't say them because I don't like them. If I say the N-word, if I say the soft day, it's because I like it. I don't say the hard R, it's because I don't like it. It's history is all a bunch of bullshit, So many white people died on the slave ships because, we're not as strong as African Americans. they're a lot stronger. They're a lot more capable of like handling stress than white people. I really don't know like how much proof of that you need. The fact that you have all these white people on psychiatric medication just kind of rings the bell, a mighty loud bell to me, because I'm white. So I've always paid attention to that, and I've always noticed how like white people just like fall for all the crap, you know? I've had more white people call me crazy than black people, and you can say, well, that's because there are less black people in America. And, you know, it's not like you're wrong about that, but I hang out with a lot more black people than a lot of white people. So, I just get along better with them, that's all. That doesn't mean I hate white people. I hate how people, they just assume that if you compliment anybody, it just means, like, you're kissing their ass. Or if you criticize anybody, that means that you're just, like, hating, like, the entire group as a whole. Like, that's just so indicative of like how black or white everything is in this culture. And it's not like it's black or white in ways that make sense, you know? Like, for example, the gender situation, or, you know, marriage. Like, and not just in relation to gays, but like, people shouldn't just be allowed to marry like whoever they want. Like, that's stupid. That's like a really big deal, you know? People shouldn't be allowed to just have sex. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if you're like a sexual person, like, you need to stop. Like, it's just, it's not because of the Christian views. A lot of people probably think that. It has way more to do with like the fact that I was born on Thanksgiving Day to somebody that wasn't prepared for me, you know? But that's crazy. So she wasn't thankful for me, but hopefully the world will be thankful for me. They haven't really proven that as of late, but that's okay. Understandable though. I mean, you really are like totally contrarian, so like why would they, you know? Just like that verse in Matthew 13 13:57, was it? Yeah. Like, why would you be a prophet in your own country, you know? Doesn't make sense, you know? Because like all the people that are in the country with you are probably not going to be that smart. They're just not going to be conscious. And so, like, why would a bunch of unconscious people appreciate you? Because it's like you're calling them out. You're saying you're fucking retard, you know? You're a retard that should just kill yourself. Hashtag get on out of here, you know? Like, why would they be like, cool, she's awesome, you know? It's like, I can totally understand from their perspective, like, how I seem. And I'm sorry, like, I don't even mean to be like that. I don't want to be, like, you know, hateful and judgy, you know? But like I said, it's universal judgment. It's a universal righteous judgment. But I live in America. I am an American. So it's like, why wouldn't I be critical of my country? It's just like, you know, when black people say anything bad about black people, it's like they're called racist. I know that white people are going to think that I'm hateful towards white people, because they're fucking overly sensitive candy asses. They invented that shit. Okay? White people are like the most immature race. We're last. We're not first. We're last. But I do find it interesting. Matthew, Mark, and Luke talks about that. I just read that in Matthew. Whoever is first will be last, and whoever is last will be first. But keep in mind, Jesus told everybody, he who is greatest among you should be your servant. So that's what he means by that. Like, you have to be humble. There ain't humility in this country. I mean, I know, like, bragging about it really kind of takes it away, right? I just need to wear a vest with bells and whistles. It has those little things that, like, fly out. I'm humble. I'm humble. I'm humble. Were you talking about those things that you get on New Year's? Yeah. They make noise. And, like, you know what I'm talking about? But they're, like, little paper things, like, with metallic, it's, like, They probably cause cancer. That's why more and more people are getting cancer. It's because of those little things and everything else they put in all the products here in America that they don't sell anywhere else in the world. Yes, because America is such a great country. That's like why we just let our citizens die. Like we have the best healthcare system according to Steven Crowder, but everybody's dying. Or they're gay. It is funny. Like if you look at it from that perspective, it's like it's funny and fucked up. As a conscious person, like if you had any idea how much I cry about all this stuff, I mean, I feel really bad for laughing about it. But it's like I have to laugh about it or I'd kill myself. It's so horrible. And it's like so infuriating because so many people you try to tell them and they just don't care or they can't handle it, man. They're fucking pussies. They can't handle the truth about anything. That's why, like, they just, like, hold the Constitution so dear because they can't accept that the Founding Fathers were also sacks of shit. You know? A bunch of good-for-nothing, God-forsaken Freemason sacks of shit. But, like, everything is just so predictable, though. Wars and rumors of wars. There will be earthquakes. It's in the Bible, dude. It's in the Bible. How can you have Christian futurism if you don't even know what the future is? Schizo thought of the night. Classic schizo. Maybe I should rename my channel. I think a kind of spastic is really good though. Considering. Yeah, we became Orthodox Christian. This is our anniversary, y'all. Lazarus Saturday. It's coming up fast. We were baptized like a week ago. Almost a year ago. In a week, it will be almost a year. Or no, I guess in less than a week, actually. Yeah, man. Lazarus Saturday. Hold on. Come on, Paisley. Let's go find out. Holy Friday. Yep. Coming up fast. Oh my god. Speaking of my favorite time ever, motherfucking ever, dude. It's the best time ever. 11:11 ain't got shit on 1, 2, 3, 4. They're controlling everything through the numbers, y'all. They are. That's why the code is still the same as it ever was. Much like David Byrne strongly suggested back in 1982, was it? Or was it 1981? I don't remember. But it's one of the greatest albums ever written by the Talking Heads. Remain in Light. So. I can always remain in light as long as I have God. Because even the darkness is light unto thee. It's very true. He's also talking about schizophrenia. That's why, if you have any kind of mental illness, just look at it from this perspective, okay? The reason why it's painful, the reason why it seems traumatic, the reason why you have these chronic emotional episodes and you're paranoid and you're anxious or you're depressed or whatever the fuck, the reason why you experience these things is because you have a gift from God, okay? You can be patient, you can seek, you can try to understand, and if you do that, you will be rewarded. You will be able to munch on the fruits of your labor for the rest of your life. But if you don't do that and you go see some fucking cockamamie head doctor, as I love to refer to them, if you do that, you are really squandering the gift that God gave you, and the devil will completely take over you. So if you think it's bad now, just imagine like trying to get off an antidepressant, because it does not sound fun. Okay? Yours truly was smart enough to randomly go on and off medication. I know we weren't supposed to do that. I think the whole reason why my therapist was like, you can't do that, was because maybe he was worried I would shoot up a school or something. Because that seems to be the case a lot. That's why a lot of people say, well, it's because they got off their medication that they did that. You know? Even though there are a lot of people, specifically kids, but they get on the medication or their medication is upped. Okay? They up the dosage and then almost immediately they go do something crazy. But obviously it's the medication. Okay? Like, whether you have it in your system or you're trying to get off of it but it's still in your system, it's like, if it has that kind of effect at all, it's obviously bad. So I don't really know why people would make a case like, oh, well, it's because they didn't stay on their medication. Well, before their medication, they didn't do that at all. I mean, not enough to make the news. Anyway. But a lot of them that do something crazy don't even remember it. Or they kill themselves. So, you know. They definitely don't remember it. But anyway, listen. This is one of my favorites. Now, this is the King James Version. The Orthodox version is different. I know the Catholic Bible is different. I don't even think it matters, honestly. I really don't. Like, if you get the genuine gist, you get the whole thing, as far as I'm concerned. But by the grace of God, I am what I am, and his grace, which was bestowed upon me, was not in vain, but I labored more abundantly than they all. Yet not I, but the grace of God, which was with me. So that's from 1 Corinthians 15:10. I try to remember them as 1,510. It's easier for me to do that with the verses. For whatever reason. The colons screw me all up. Oh, wait. Yeah, I showed y'all this. This is a lot, though. But I did this whole musical in the Psalms, right? This is like, I took a sentence from every Psalm. Aside from Psalm 119. Where I took something out of every passage from Psalm 119, because that's the one where a lot of people contributed. See where I fucked up here? I don't even know what I did. I think I would just start writing another page, so I had to tape this page. I'm so ghetto, but I love it. I love it so much. Oh, and that I sang that a cappella in front of my church. It was kind of nerve-wracking because I was by myself. Like, I was just doing it alone. So I wasn't... it was a Apolytikion. Through thee the divine likeness was securely preserved, O Mother Mary. For thou didst carry the cross and follow Christ. By example and precept thou didst teach us to ignore the body because it is perishable, and to attend to the concerns of the undying soul. Therefore doth thy soul rejoice with the angels. I fucked up that last one, just to let you know. I completely fucked up that last sentence. Could you tell? You probably couldn't tell, but the rest of it I nailed. Somewhat. I didn't nail it too hard. Not as hard as those 3 nails, that's for sure. And that's why you need to read that Bible. As much as I do, y'all. As much as I do.
Can you compete with me? Probably not, because schizophrenia is a privilege that they'll never talk about.